Not only is she back on tour, she's a champion again. Yeah! The legend. Here's Shannon O'Keefe. Yeah! Incredible. What a moment for Shannon O'Keefe.
Well, for the, well, how many times we've actually been on the air, but bittersweetly, actually, that's probably not a word, for the final time of the PWBA Tour season in 2018, we say hello. Quarterfinals here at the 2018 PWBA Tour Championship. Emil Williams Jr. here with you. Let's see which of these two players, or which two of these four players, will advance to the live televised finals tomorrow night, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. The truck is outside. The crew is here. And so TV essentially has begun. It's been throughout everything else, it's been a fun week, fun couple of days, as we certainly expected it to be. From left to right, Maria Jose Rodriguez and Diana Zavjalova. Zavjalova, the 11th seed. Maria Jose Rodriguez, the 13th seed. And on 3 and 4, Liz Culkin versus Kelly Kulick. Culkin, the 5th seed. And Kulick is the 12th seed. Well, we got 11, 12, and 13. Here in these quarterfinals. Of course, we've talked about seeding in this event. And seeding is solely based on where you finished total in the point standings. But, of course, the Tour Championship, and how great these players are. Throw the seeds out the window. Throw the records out, as my good friend Jim McAteer always said. Aaron Smith here with me as well. I want to thank all of our player guests that we've had throughout the last couple of days as well. Big thanks to Shannon O'Keefe joining me earlier. And it's been a nice 3 hours together. We had some fun. We got through some things. And now, with the right proper and good mojo, we'll be able to get through a couple of matches, and we'll be off to the finals tomorrow. Right, Aaron Smith?
Absolutely, 100%. No doubt about it. Hi, Emil.
Hello.
How you doing, big guy?
It's been a while since I actually seen you. I mean, literally.
That's a fair point.
Just underway, game 1, both matches. Zavjalova. I tell you, Aaron, you had a chance, obviously, to watch what unfolded in regards to our 9 and 10 matches. Match 9 and match 10 with Diana, Stephanie. And for those of you, of course, who may or may not have missed it, I'll cover it briefly. Brief delay in regards to the weather and rain. Their match was delayed. It allowed Maria and Jordan Richard to finish their match. Overall 3 and 4. They finished. Maria advanced back over to Diana and Steph. There was still a few delays simply because there were some things that still needed to be taken care of on the lane. So it was the ultimate test in mental toughness. And I was so impressed at how those two players, Diana and Steph I'm talking about, how they continue to execute at such a high level. That's actually one thing I'm not sure I'll ever forget that at this point in time. But having said that, Diana looks like she did in the previous match, coming out at this point, her third match, has a great understanding of the pattern, of the condition, and has looked comfortable from the start.
She's really been the MVP today, and obviously had a lot of matches. Extra match essentially with starting a little bit later in the day, so not starting yesterday, we should say. So getting that first event in, but yeah, MVP so far. Can she make it one more?
It's going to be tough because Maria Jose Rodriguez, who advanced to round 2 for the first time this season, is in the quarterfinals currently, and has certainly got as good a chance of anybody to advance to the semifinals, which will be tomorrow. She's a player that I certainly think is due, and it wouldn't be a shock to see her in the finals. Over on 3 and 4, Liz Culkin, just a dynamite ball change in her match earlier today, able to defeat Missy Parkin. I mean, again, we've talked about it over the course of the last couple of days, where she has been mentally, with her physical game, since prior to the U.S. Open, right before the U.S. Women's Open, and just has continued that momentum. And there's Kelly, who continues to battle, fight. That Players' Championship we both talked about seemed to have that look back that we all know Kelly on the lanes is famous for. You know what competitor you're getting.
Yeah, it's tough to say it like that. That you need a reminder every once in a while how good Kelly Kulick was. But that's exactly how that played out. Watching that, we have different roles on TV day. I'm usually sideline, getting the story. You're in the truck, and I'm gonna send you some text messages about this. It's like, whoa, this is big time right here, and it was great to watch. And yeah, and put really everyone on tour. Like, she made me a little nervous because we all know that run she went on and what she's capable of. And that's scary for everyone else on tour.
Kelly, out of the players competing here right now in the quarterfinals, Liz Culkin starts with the front 5. It's a nice smile, a laugh as she looks over at her reps, Chuck and John.
It's amazing how when you're bowling well, how much more fun you have out there. And I haven't been to as many stops over the course of the past few years, but getting to see Liz, the second half of the season, she's having a good time out there. She's loose. She's engaging well with the fans. She's just, everything's clicking. Obviously 3 TV shows in a row, U.S. Women's Open, all that plays into that too. But it's definitely been fun to watch her progress. And we, from the collegiate scene, we saw how dominating she was in Nebraska, in that anchor position for the Cornhuskers, winning national titles, making the big shots. Same thing for Junior Team USA, winning doubles gold medal at the World Youth Championships. And so to see her back in that form, good stuff.
Spare made for Kulick. If you haven't updated your bracket, be sure to do so. You can find it online. Make sure you click the refresh button. if it's still open in a tab like mine generally is, and then I go and look at it in a weird way and realize that I never clicked refresh.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that quite often. You'll see we're in match number 11 and match 12. 11 on 1 and 2, 12. Or excuse me, 11 on 3 and 4, 12 actually on 1 and 2. The winner of the Kulick-Culkin match will face Shannon O'Keefe, the number 1 seed in the 2018 PWBA Player of the Year. The winner of the Maria Jose Rodriguez Diane Zavjalova match will move on to face number 2 seed Danielle McEwan.
It'll be interesting to watch Kelly's moves here because for her first 2 matches, she's been against players who have been further right of her. Not going to be the case here against Liz Culkin. Liz can definitely get into the same parts of the lane that Kelly is at and wants to be at. So it'll be a different type of challenge for the 6-time major champion. And Culkin making shots like that also. Might make it tough for the 6-time defending champion because that's 6 strikes in a row.
Here's Liz Culkin's round 2 scores versus Missy Parkin. Shot there from Rodriguez. Liz Culkin with the front 6 right now. Round 2, 242, 226, 210, 238. And a 3-1 win. Yesterday against Lindsay Boomershine, 225, 187, 181, 203, 202.
Lucky number 7.
I'll tell you what. We don't have this award, and maybe we should. I don't know. But CZ getting that 10 out. She's bowled so well, rock solid today. But if we had a Comeback Player of the Year award, it 100% would go to Liz Cole.
A few players in the mix. Brianna Cote, obviously.
You're right.
But I think the virtue of the title and the fact USWO give her the edge in that. Both players fantastic. 2018's making strides in the right way. And yeah, if we got to pick one though, I agree with you.
And you are correct. There were certainly would be some candidates in that situation. Speaking of Bree, made it back to the Tour Championship this year. Need some help there for DZ. Break though, 3-6 as Kelly looking to take care of the 10-pin. I mean, what Liz Culkin has done in a way opened some eyes from a fan perspective, I believe. I do think there are a lot of a lot of fans who still know Liz Culkin, and even they've known her throughout the struggles of the last couple seasons. I don't think there's any question. She's gained some fans, certainly within the last 2 months.
Winning helps everything, and she's been winning a lot, putting herself in position to win. And in position to win game number 1.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. Kulick. 3-6-10 early for Kulick. Saw some names early joining us. Thanks for waiting out the brief delay. Well, I've said that a few times this week, but here we are. Carlton, Sandy, Sal, hello. Wayne, Ashton. Guess I'll be a junior go. Brian. Big shout out to Venice Beach Sports Network. Based on what that particular user's comments in our previous match, not sure the level of bowling, if any, but they were watching intently, and so it hopefully we've gained a fan. Culkin looking for 8 in a row.
We're going to blame Greg Ellman on that one. Our TV photographer getting ready. Had the camera after that 7th one, said, oh, I might have to get some action shots of this. Too soon, Greg, too soon. But all the great photos you see afterwards, courtesy of Mr. Ellman, does a fantastic work.
Even in the form of shot from Zavjalova, even in the form of a still camera. So now we know any camera, not just our video camera, which is what we normally jinx people with. Even the still camera, just the black cloud. Unbelievable.
At least it's not just us.
And Culkin thoroughly in control here. Zavjalova and Rodriguez. Maria can get to 234. And Zavjalova can get to 245. Still anybody's match here.
It's got to hustle.
And the lazy 10 there. So Rodriguez will be able to step up frames 9 and 10 and shut out Zavjalova, get a game 1 victory. Mrs. Brummett checking in.
Hello, Mrs. Brummett. Thanks for stopping by, saying hello. Big thanks to everyone. Been great crowds past 2 days here on Bowl TV.
Absolutely. We're, it's rare sometimes, but as you see the missed 10 pin for Liz Culkin. Just got to immediately put that in the back of the mind, throw it away. Don't even let it act like it wants to be an issue for you as you move in that match. But rarely do we get a chance to just or not have multiple events ongoing and various things. So, to my knowledge, might be the only thing going from a bowling perspective. It is the beginning of the week. So, all eyes on the PWBA and the Tour Championship.
That was Maria's opportunity to give her a chance to shut out in 3-6-10. All she can do is apply the pressure now to DZ. Gonna be 14 pins. The advantage to Pepsi PWBA St. Petersburg Clearwater Open Champion. Did I miss anything there? It's a long name. But another great host and a great sponsor in Pepsi.
Two really good shots there from Kulick. Kelly taking this opportunity to try some different equipment. Trying to get lined up as Rodriguez gets to 211. Giving the advantage back with that non-strike, as Aaron mentioned, to Zavjalova. Needs another one here. Be a strike good count situation for DC when she gets up in the 10th. Kelly's thrown or tried at least 2 balls. I'm not sure if the other she was throwing had any, or was not one of the same balls she was throwing earlier. But 2 definitely look different.
cleanest ball that we've really seen her in so far in matches. That'll be 209 for Maria. So Diana will need some type of mark, a decent count. Is Culkin already up 1-0? There we go. 3-10 for Diana now for the victory. Wow. Holy cow. All right, still needs 7 pins to win outright. 6, we would get to use the T word for the first time this week.
Be in a roll-off situation too.
242-192. Culkin defeats Kelly Kulick in game 1. Better shot gets the win at 213-209. Will the trend continue, Mr. Williams? They're 10 for 10. Player to win the opening match wins.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we mentioned that. It's weird, it was so long ago last time we talked about that, but it was just the previous couple matches that shot to kick off game 2 here for Maria. But what an interesting note. Every player to win game 1 has won a match in this event thus far.
I think we've only had 2 sweeps. Last night, Jordan Richard over Shampohowski, and then today, Kelly defeating Liz Johnson. Everything else has gone to 4, or in what seems like most cases 5 this week. It's also a testament to how good these players are, pushing each other shot after shot.
Waiting in the wings already, if you will. Shannon O'Keefe and Danielle McEwan. Nice spare for Culkin. She looks so determined here in this event.
Diana gets him to mix up from way downtown.
It's a very interesting hit because we haven't really seen a lot of those get the full carry experience.
Corners have been sticking around this week. That needs to push. It's a natural miss after getting a shot to the right. A little bit of overcompensation. 3-6-9-10. Great shot from Maria. See if Kelly can take the early advantage after Culkin unable to convert the tricky 3-6-9-10. She did elect to go with her plastic ball for that, and we've seen quite a few players do that this week. A little extra friction down lane. Kelly gets that light mixer hit.
No player wants to be down 2-0. Kulick shots looking just like I just said, trying to even this one up. Same thing with Rodriguez. Diana's tough.
You mentioned that mental toughness in that last match. That was definitely something to, as just a fan of the sport, just something to admire. That's, I mean, it's frustrating, just downright frustrating to it can be off and on, and the performance by both Stephanie and Diana. Definitely great there to end round 2.
It really is fun to watch players grow in all aspects of their game in regards to both physical, mental, as people. You know, when we kind of do what we do, obviously, and you with players, you see them week to week, year to year at this point, which is a great thing. Of course, you just start to see the differences. You notice things. You notice how things, you know, how someone may have approached the situation 2 years ago. How they throw it, perhaps throw it a little differently, even just last week. The type of changes that these players make to make sure they're on top of their games.
Speaking of changes, that was a ball change there from Liz Culkin. That's the one thing, you know, you look at moments throughout the course of the year, and you know, obviously those winning moments are stick in your head for a reason, because you know, that's a player performing to their peak. But one of the top moments I had just as a fan of the sport, as Kelly mixes them up there, was in the championship match at in Minnesota. Bullrx.com, Twin Cities Open. And in the TV title match was Culkin top seed. Things weren't going her way throughout the first 4 or 5 frames. And right before the TV break, she looked at John Van Hees on the sidelines there, and ball rep, and you know, they had talked out their move, and you know, she decided to start with a particular ball based off of what she saw, and kind of gave her a 4-pin look to start, and then hooked once too much, and she just looked at John, and basically they both said, "Is it time?" And yep. And the shots she made after that were just so impressive. That a match where seemingly in those first 3 or 4 frames, it looked like, you know, Restrepo's going to have the opportunity to build an early lead and kind of put some distance. That ball change and just the confidence in those shots, just making that change just so quickly and needing to. And of course, you know, a lot of folks will look back at that, and, you know, there were some spare shooting issues for Culkin in that match that ultimately, you know, you can argue cost her the title, but the confidence and just I can't think of any other words besides confidence, because I just enjoyed it so much to make those moves in that situation and make those shots. TV lights are on. Big moment like that. It was just an impressive moment that's going to stick with me, seeing her make these progressions as we see her develop as a player.
For 5 in a row, DZ. Oh, man. Haven't seen many 9 pins, 8 pins. We've seen a couple, but not a lot. And that was a great shot. Is today Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday, because the Bears won yesterday, and that was on Monday Night Football. So yeah. Kind of a role reversal here on 3 and 4. We see a few frames for Liz Culkin to kind of weather the transition, and Kelly Kulick 4 in a row, looking for 5. Maria. Tell she was asking for a little bit of help there. Pays the big price.
Kelly up now looking for 5 in a row as well. Yep. Well, she's throwing 5 really good ones. Depending on the situation here, depending on what Kelly does, a new game plan. Not completely from the lane play perspective, but again, and Shannon O'Keefe talked about it earlier, just if a match is mathematically over and relatively early, how do you use those frames as the opponent to help yourself next game further? And all of a sudden, Rodriguez having some trouble. Back-to-back splits. This looks similar for Maria. As Kelly strikes again. Similar to Maria, or for Maria in the sense, in her match against Rocio this morning, she ran into a little spot where she's going to give it a run.
Oh.
And gets the 7, so 1 on that 5-1. 133 in the 7th, but again, a couple splits about this time. And it was a situation where she kind of had to make a little further jump left. Get enough oil to get the ball to hold.
Another ball change for Liz Culkin. That one ran through the pins quite nicely.
Backed off, reset.
So now it looks like both players using a different ball on each lane on 3 and 4.
We are at that point. This is going to even the match. Maria had plans of doing that. 6th and 7th frames happened. And good break for Zavjalova. Again, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, September 19th, CBS Sports Network. Live televised finals. There'll be 2 semis. And of course, a title match. Defending champion is Shannon O'Keefe, who was also 2018 PWBA Player of the Year. Kelly Kulick, who finished 2nd. Last year trying to get back to TV. Neither Rodriguez or Zavjalova made television at this event. Made the finals. All right. A sly smile from Maria.
Kelly Kulick. There's a double still hanging around here in game number 2. 223 at max score. Diana on a 229 pace. So a few marks here, and young competitor from Latvia, the chance to go up 2-0. Momentary terror. 7/10 is up there for a quick second. First things first, take care of the mark in the ninth. Needs to get to 2:24. Not the way she planned on it, but scoreboard says strike. Now needs 6 pins and 2 shots to go up 2-0.
Question in the chat about what Liz shot first game. It's 242.
Diana was all like, that's what I meant to do. That first one, that was a whoopsie. Mulligan. And Emil, you talked about it, you know, when a match mathematically over, Kelly just made a ball change. So, as much information, you want to have as many choices moving ahead as you can. That's ball 2 on that lane in the 10th.
Well, Kelly's going to have the new high game of the PWBA Tour Championship. All time.
How about that? Good stat, Emil Williams Jr.
I'm so happy that I worked and got some tour facts, little facts on this Tour Championship. Previous high game was 279. And that was done several times.
Well, way to go, Kelly. Mark at 290 in the books. Kelly Kulick.
Nicely done.
This is a strange 290, though.
Threw a lot of bowling balls.
Threw a lot of bowling balls. Like, that might be the record for least amount of times thrown a bowling ball during a 290. Like, she's using something a little cleaner on lane 4, so that was 4 times. Switch back and forth in the 10th frame there, so.
Diana, again, showing no signs of slowing down.
Nine pins, that's all I think that gets her. Now, Emil, I'm not sure if you have notes from, you know, the previous rounds. Doesn't seem like Diana's really gone through as many bowling balls as we've seen some of the other players go through. At least, you know, kind of watching the end of her match against Stephanie Johnson here, it seems like she's kind of found something that has really matched up, and it's just a matter of, you know, making the moves on the lane instead of getting out of that ball.
Shannon did mention once that match resumed that later in the match she was throwing the same ball that she had started with, but then moved to one that was drilled a little differently. So, in retrospect, same ball, but obviously different layout. But to your point, it doesn't seem like she's done that much. I mean, she's been pretty dialed in. I mean, even from this morning, and because of the circumstances, Diana has bowled 3 matches today. Started this morning at 9 a.m. Of course, because of the weather. The match originally scheduled for last night at 6 p.m. was moved to 9 a.m. today. And she has gone, let's see, 229, 206, 268, 246. That was this morning, round 1. In the afternoon, round 2, a shot from Rodriguez, 244, 254, 193, 244. Amidst another delay. And so if she gets to advance here, having a good grip on what's happening. And again, I'll go back to, I believe I mentioned this to you before. I asked her what she thought after practice, and she said if she was throwing it good, it's going to be tough to beat her. And I think I don't know what the percentage is. I'll have to ask her, but 70 minimum % of the time, and that's being overly generous, she's throwing it good.
Just like that.
I should say under generous, because it's probably more like 80.
Under generous.
Probably like 90.
I'm intrigued by this term now.
Me too. I was definitely on the fly. If you're just joining us, you're watching the PWBA Tour Championship here 2018 live from the Old Dominion Building in Richmond Raceway, or at Richmond Raceway, excuse me. Open frame for Zavjalova. This is the quarterfinals, round number 3 in bracket play. Again, the winners of these matches move on to face the top 2 seeds respectively. A shot there from Kelly, front 3. And for those of you scoring at home, that is 14 in a row for Kelly Kulick across 2 games. Back 11 for 290. Game 2 has started here with the front 3. Your match scores. Diana Zavjalova leads Maria Jose Rodriguez 2 games to 0. So Maria will need to win 3 consecutive to make television. Liz Culkin in her match versus Kelly Kulick. took game one, 242, 192. Kelly came back 290, 192. String over there in the fourth frame. Rodriguez for 3 in a row. Got to read it. And finally, someone able to get a 7-pin to carry. She had a couple shots earlier in some matches. That carry was not there. Back on the board, and the fourth is Zavjalova. The open frame. Meanwhile, Liz Culkin has kind of lost the look ever so slightly here.
I want to see a zone change here. Just throwing that out here. I have no idea if it's right or not, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Because she's kind of tried a few balls. She's trying to stay in that same area, and it's just been inconsistent.
Oh. Spinning in front of the 7, nothing hits it.
Very, very fortunate break there. Have to get that changed on the scoreboard. Not even sure what hit the 2-pin there. Might have been the head pin still rolling around.
Back-to-back 10 pins. In frames 4 and 5, of course, the traditional match play style. One bowler, 2 frames. Next 2 frames, whoever starts the match, bowl 1 frame, the next 2, and so on. Kelly has dialed it up, really utilizing game 1. Went through a few balls late, did it again, and fortunate to do so with the 290 game. Best shot of the match there, for this game, excuse me, for Rodriguez. 20-pin lead for Maria. Kulick back up, 6 frame. Lane 3.
Uses every inch of it right there to coax the ball into hooking more. That's a real thing proven by science. There's a good shot from Liz.
Immediately following the quarterfinals here, we'll have the announcement of all 4 finalists, which will include the number 1 and 2 seeds. Take a photo. The other 2 players will, of course, continue the tradition of moving their player cards over at the bracket board. Also be in that same group photo as well, but so stay tuned for that.
Have a recap later tonight. PWBA.com, bowl.com. Of course, on social media at PWBA Tour, at USBC, on the Twitter, Facebook, at US Bowling Congress on Instagram, at PWBA Tour on Instagram as well. Kelly finally does not get the corner kick there. Oh. It's been part of the trick this week. Still has a sizable lead here, 30 pins, but need to quickly shake that off. And that see her give a little bump to the noggin there. So, come on, Kelly. And oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Do have to agree with Ian in the chat. Going to be a great show. No matter what. CBS Sports Network, Wednesday, September 19th. That's tomorrow. It's going to be starting like right now. We're like 24 hours away. CBS Sports Network, once again, the place to be.
24 hours. You're right about it.
How about that? So we know where all of you will be in 24 hours, so that's cool. We appreciate that. Diana in the 9th. It's pretty good. Max score of 2 of 14. Maria on a 2:08 pace. So we'll need to find a double here.
All right.
In order to shut out.
Shot there from Culkin. Well, Maria controls it here. Stave off elimination.
Here, Nathan Bohr, the motive rep. Off her hand, liked it. So let's see. 9 spare 9, 9 spare 8, 8 spare 9. Potentially could just throw a strike here. Brooklyn last time on this one, that one's a touch outside, rings the 10.
She'll need 8 to ensure victory on after the spare. First things first, though. Kulick will have 10 for Kelly.
She's going to have enough for the win. Going to take the 2-1 advantage.
It came back with a huge smile. And if she missed a few single pins this morning, a few 10 pins to be exact, on that lane, actually, even down to the tee. 8 pins for a shutout. 10's better.
Ten is better. The perfect number.
Well, we got some folks bowling league. Like, trying to keep up with what's happening here as Kulick shoots 222.
Justin is a good man if he's doing that.
That is, absolutely. Nicely done. Just got it. You about as witty as backhand as arm.
Wow, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it. Hi, Matt. Miss you, buddy.
Even that finish from DZ. Yeah, obviously taking the loss there, but nothing really about that game suggested that she's lost her look. So still in good position to move on. know what the score said per se, or what was left. That was a really good shot there. Good leverage deep in for Rodriguez there.
The further it has gone into matches, the tougher she has gotten. Extending it to game 4. Both matches now in game 4. Certainly right, Emil. No intentions of slowing down.
Good match here. Great match. In fact, both of them 2 games to 1 respectively. Zavjalova leading Rodriguez. Kulick leading Culkin. Frame strike for Kelly. Of course, Diana, originally from Latvia, living in Austin, Texas. Maria, originally from Colombia, also now living in Austin, Texas. And, of course, used to be neighbors.
Yes, that was mentioned one of the videos on social media. That one's a little bit too far out. That, I believe while Diana was at the bracket board, said, hey, this is who I'm facing next. Oh yeah, she used to be my neighbor.
Won't you be? Please, won't you be? Please, won't you be my neighbor? Hey, neighbor.
Neighbor?
Nice.
Doesn't lose any count. Big spare to stay clean early.
We're on 3 and 4. Of the 2 players who have kind of made this move through some transition. And Kelly's happened a little bit earlier, obviously, than Liz. Now Kulick has gone 290, 222. And really, neither one of the scores, even though the low ones, the 187, 192, weren't bad from either player. Speaking of Culkin and Kulick.
Ho ho. Reminiscent of that 310 conversion. Let's kick things off for Diana.
By the way, I need to see that actually, that Mr. Rogers documentary. I've got a bad habit of renting red boxes and not watching them, so I had to take it back. Early double for Kulick.
You can hear go in the background. Essentially the same as push. Find some length. Don't hook. Stop. Your preferred terminology acceptable in that situation? Appropriate, of course.
Question in the chat in regards to how many games. These are best of 5 matches. The first to win 3 games. Boy. The way this match started between Liz and Kelly, I thought Liz would have carried that momentum over from earlier. She looked very good, and not that she does it now, but just from the ball reaction perspective. And that's the thing you can always keep in mind is sometimes you can do everything right physically, but your ball reaction does not match up. Great shot there from Culkin. But she is a warrior. She battles as well as Kelly. We certainly expect this one to go all the way to the 10th frame before it's decided. But Kulick looks really strong here. Zavjalova has been strong and continues to be strong as she leads Rodriguez here 2-1.
Fearless, the word you're looking for in this situation.
That's just across the spectrum here. All four of these players. Our tour, especially this week. Not what you need there. Get out 10. It won't. Oh, it will. How about that?
Wow, it showed you.
It did. Said I've had enough of you this week. Emil, this season. Why don't you go take a break? Tomorrow's format in regards to television. A 10-pin there for Zavjalova and a spare for Culkin. One game matches for television. TV is TV. But you never know. Of course, last year, the infamous 3-ball roll-off where Shannon O'Keefe and Liz Johnson tied at 222. It took 3 sudden death and 1-ball roll-offs until O'Keefe was able to advance, and that was just in the semifinals. 4 in a row for Kulick.
Who happened to be in the finals last year.
Indeed. Along with Shannon Pluhowski. This year again, Danielle McEwan is the number 2 seed. Player of the Year runner-up. Break for Rodriguez. See if she can turn this into a double. Number 1 seed, Shannon O'Keefe. O'Keefe, the defending champion. She'll have a chance to defend that title. Uh-oh. Did she lose a grip there? She did.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Still got a midful.
She smiled.
Take a crazy circumstance like that and turn it into 5 in a row, and
Well,
it could be a clinching game.
that's been one of the keys, I think, to the couple of days. Smiling at unforeseen circumstances. It's weird, but that's good timing if you're going to lose a grip, because the shot there from Diana, it was Liz Culkin's turn. So Kelly will essentially get the 2 frames from Liz, have enough time to glue the grip back in.
Yeah, not too much of a rush, obviously. There are time allotments in this situation to make sure we're not inconveniencing the other players.
Maria was able to turn that break in the 4th into a double. Zavjalova Looking to double up here. Got this deficit down. Oh. One of the really good shots she's thrown that hasn't struck today.
And Culkin says, thank you, lane 3. So Diana's still looking for that first strike on lane number 1 here in game 4. Definitely her best shot on that lane so far here this game. 6 in a row. And another break on lane number 2 for Maria.
Well played, Adrian. Kelly thought that was pretty good. We really watched Kelly work here. And as we have Rodriguez trying to even this one up at 2 games apiece. We have had 5 out of 10 matches go 5 games today. Or excuse me, in the event. Yeah, Rodriguez trying to make it 6. Post it, look at it, see it. Right now, that wrap 10 in the 6th frame.
Big time non-hit, I guess, to call it. It's almost 240 out there. Just a few frames away from Kelly Kulick making her 2nd consecutive television appearance on the lanes and not in the booth. Saving her best for last here in 2018. 8th place in Columbus. Runner-up finish. The Kulick AMF PWBA Players Championship, a 3rd major of the year. Just a few minutes away from setting up a rematch of the title match. The 2017 Tour Championship with Shannon O'Keefe.
Well, Aaron Smith in action over on 1 and 2.
I would agree. With the spare, max score for Maria, 245. DZ, 240 still out there. I feel the big note, Maria has to finish on lane 2. If you look at the scoreboard, it looks all right, but she hasn't had the best shots on lane 2 her last 3 times out.
So Zavjalova, who we've talked about, has been so solid. There is Kulick and Kelly. Sometimes all you can do is shake your head when you watch greatness. Not in a what the heck's going on, or sometimes actually what the heck's going on. But you just don't know what to say. And a 10-pin for Diana. But you watch a player like Kelly. Shot there from Culkin. You see the greatness. He's been on display. She's displayed that greatness for so many years. And she keeps finding ways to bring about moments like this in her career. She's going to be tough to beat. And that'll do it officially. Liz Culkin, a dynamite season in 2018. It's going to finish 5th here at the 2018 PWBA Tour Championship. Kelly Kulick is going to advance to the TV finals for the 2nd consecutive year. In fact, Kelly was the number 2 seed, if I recall correctly, right? Last year.
That is correct.
She was automatically seeded on television. This year, a little work to do. She was the 12th seed. She's now won 3 matches, 186 officially for Liz Culkin. Meanwhile, Zavjalova, 9 spare 9th, 9 spare in the 10th. Looking for a different ball. Spare for Kelly. Now Maria, who went down quickly, 2 games, has rallied. So many games. Or excuse me, matches that have gone the distance. Some have been quicker than others by things we could control. And congratulations to Kelly Kulick. Big hug, which you can see off camera for Liz Culkin. Again, Liz, just a fantastic season. Big hugs to her reps this week, Mike Devaney and Steve Jacobs.
And that was a nice little 770 her last 3.
How about that? All right, 1 and 2 only. Rodriguez's score already reflects this victory. So it'll be 2 games apiece. Danielle Milligan. Brief congratulations to both Liz Culkin and Kelly Kulick, who will advance. This is what you live for. You hear players talk about it all the time. 1 game for an appearance in a live televised finals in a major. 20K on the line. CBS Sports Network tomorrow. Again, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you are just joining us, this is our final match prior to television. Kelly Kulick has defeated Liz Culkin 3-1. She will take on Shannon O'Keefe. As we are underway, Game 5, the winner of our Rodriguez-Zavjalova match will face number 2 seed Danielle McEwan. Again, Shannon O'Keefe is the number 1 seed. That's going to be a great match. Battle of Team USA teammates when they're not bowling in the finals. Battle of CBS Sports Network teammates. Good spare there for DZ. It's the first time Diana has been in a 5-game match today, or in this event.
Well, Maria 2 for 2 so far.
So she is no stranger to 5-game matches. Someone mentioned the fatigue factor. Would doubt it's certainly in play, especially with the revamped schedule. Again, both of these competitors have bowled all of their matches today. So if you're watching at home, folks, be sure to share on social media. Let everyone know, of course, retweet We just posted some breaking news in regards to Kelly and actually telling you to watch Game 5 right now. 3-10 for Rodriguez. I mean, so similar to what we saw earlier in this 5-game match, with specifically the one with Rocio stood out to me the most. And I think it was because it was on 1 and 2 and an open frame for Rodriguez. We'd love to get it trending. Appreciate you, Venice Beach.
Big shot there. She's been tough on lane 2. It's really been a feast or famine type shot for a lot of players throughout the course of here. And that's inches away from 210 versus, as Kelly would say, the swishy strike. And haven't seen too many buckets this week.
No, but there's been a couple today. I think Kelly even had a bucket with the 7-pin earlier today as well.
Bucket and the biscuit.
I know there are a few folks in the chat new to the sport, so that is kind of it's one of those things you want to look up in the bowling glossary, the bowling lingo. There are certain terms for certain spares that are left, certain pins that are left. But yeah, if you're checking us out for the first time, the only thing left to do after watching this would be to watch tomorrow on CBS Sports Network to see how it all plays out. And that's where we come into play to give you everything leading up to TV. Rodriguez. 2 out of 3 we opened in the second. Had some updated information in regards to equipment being used for Maria. Throwing a road blade, which is representative of motive. Throwing the road blade on the right lane and the Forza SS on the left lane.
Definitely a little bit similar looking to both bowling balls, but you can see it from our vantage point here. That's a good shot. Saws the 10. And as we prepare for Diana's 4th frame, looks like you got some news from Mr. Rob Gatchell.
Yes, Diana throwing right now 1 GB3 Pearl. She is a Columbia 300 under the umbrella of Ebonite International. She's got 2, and right now she's throwing the same one at the moment on both lanes. Oh. I don't think without question that probably, of all the shots she's thrown today, that was probably the worst one.
I didn't want to say it, but
well, we talked about, I mentioned earlier how good she has thrown it throughout. And unquestioned, that was not the best one. But again, that's one of those things where it doesn't overshadow all of the good shots that got her to this point. I think sometimes we lose sight of that kind of stuff. You know, we know it's a sometimes they say it's a make or miss league, right? They say that a lot in like the NBA or whatever, but sometimes it's just not. Your 99 great shots still overshadow that one bad one you threw. I got to give all the bucket and biscuit credit to Aaron Smith. It's DZ, better shot.
And for as rough as that fourth frame could have been, 9 spare, great 9 spare in that situation. It's staying clean here in the early going. And comes back with just a phenomenal shot.
You got to be able to manage, obviously, the good with the bad. And she, of course, although Maria and Jordan Richard were bowling simultaneously when Stephanie Johnson and Diana Zavjalova's match was delayed because of the leak earlier today. And so, while Maria and Jordan weren't affected, they were able to continue to bowl. I won't say they weren't affected completely early on, of course, when it first happened. I'm sure they were, and had to regroup. Rodriguez, 5th frame. And again, that hit won't go for Maria. But, and so Diana and Steph had to wait the longest. The match was fully delayed, probably a solid hour or so. Came back, executed shots so well, both her and Steph. She emerged victorious. And now, she's in a position where, from a games perspective, hadn't been in this match like the 5 game we talked about. But I would think, honestly, what she went through earlier is certainly comparable, and maybe even more than the 5 game situation that she's in now. Kind of handling all of that, but at the end of the day, there is a spot on TV that awaits these players in a major championship, and you can never really stress how much that weighs on a player. What a shot.
Your description was just as good as that shot.
I try.
Thoroughly. Can't even look at you right now. Jeez. Was that good?
Rodriguez clean, or excuse me, open in the second. Mr. 310. 97 in the 5th. Here's Zavjalova. Went to Weber International. And a break. 3-6, so I think overall a better shot on this lane, but maybe, not sure that ball took off down lane.
Thing definitely jumped.
No problem, D. Kozlak. Kelly Kulick defeated Liz Culkin 3-1. She's on to TV tomorrow. She'll face Shannon O'Keefe. The winner here will face Danielle McEwan.
Spare keeps her up 2, but Maria working on the strike in the 6th. Chance to take the advantage when she's up for her 7th.
Everyone looking. All eyes on 1 and 2. Zavjalova, 7th frame.
Way downtown.
You see the focus. You see the look on her face as she walked back.
Both of these players 15 games in today.
The
practice,
maximum.
distractions.
Yep.
I take that back. Diana, a few less games, but still,
Correct.
a whole bunch of games. In this championship atmosphere, each game meaning so much. But none more important than this one. Chance to take the lead.
The key at one of the things you notice, if she sticks to landing, it's doing like 10 back. There's been a couple times where she's had some footing trouble, just kind of right at the foul line. Off balance just enough.
Asking for push, gets it. Emil, here we are. 8th, 9th, 10th frames. 2 major champions. Deciding game for a chance at another major.
That's what you get at the Tour Championship. That major, by the way, both have won the Queens, 3 Queens titles right now between these two players.
Diana in 13 and 17, Maria in 2014. Spin off on 2. Can she make the adjustment? Flat 10.
And down to it, folks. All of the work, all of the efforts. The entire season really coming down to this one game. Someone's season will end here, one will continue. Old Dominion building has seen a lot of matches today, some great ones. And at this point, really only fitting to end it with a 5-game thriller.
Now, regardless of what happens here, Maria can step up 9th and 10th frame. Seal her spot on CBS Sports Network. Second bucket on lane 1. Gives away a few pins and count and the lead to Maria.
Zavjalova resetting, and that's, hey, listen, This is a must spare here. And open in the 9th.
Emil, on that big fancy TV wall we have over to our left right now, above the Tour Championship logo, where champions perform. It's a chance for Maria Jose Rodriguez to take that lead. Max score for Diana 194. Maria on a 197 pace. A strike here could be that moment.
Rodriguez. Carry 7. No. What that? I wish I was keeping count on that. Wish I was in the truck and have my stat sheet out. I think she's left. I don't know how many 7 pins, but there's been several. Stay on the lane.
All right. Spare needs to get to 195. With at least 8 on her first shot, she can do that. Any type of 18-pin fill in Maria will advance to CBS Sports Network.
Maria from Colombia. Rodriguez, bang! One more, as Aaron said, 18 pins. Rodriguez due for TV. Bang! And Maria Jose Rodriguez is on to the TV finals of the PWBA Tour Championship. Someone who has worked extremely hard this season. It's been up in moments like that before, throughout the year. And she is on to the finals. She's going to face Danielle McEwan. Well, when you get to this point, I talked about how good Diana has been all day long. It is incredibly bittersweet, even from my seat. To watch her not be able to move on here. Officially 206. 193. Danielle Milligan with the official announcements.
This season, she was runner-up at the PWBA Louisville Open, and she finally won some matches here at the Tour Championship. Please put your hands together for Columbia, Maria Jose Rodriguez. Her opening opponent, as she qualified to be our number 2 seed. Her season high includes she captured the PWBA Fountain Valley Open. She tallied up 5 top 5 finishes and 8 top 10 finishes in 13 events. She was our 2015 PWBA Tour Champion winner from Stony Point, New York, Danielle McEwan. Match number 2. This athlete qualified for this tournament by being 12th in her points. Her season highlights include runner-up at the Kulick AMF Players Championship, and she was our runner-up last year at our Tour Championship. Again, looking for some redemption. Right here in this building from Union, New Jersey, Kelly Kulick. And our number 1 seed for tomorrow's show, her season highlights include she won the PWBA Sonoma County Open and the USBC Queens. She looks to defend her 2017 PWBA Tour Championship, and she has also earned the honors of being the 2018 PWBA Player of the Year from Charlotte, Illinois, Shannon O'Keefe. PWBA Tour Championship. I want to say thank you all very much for coming out today and your support of the PWBA Tour. On behalf of our entire staff and crew, thank you. And we hope to see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. for our live television finals on CBS Sports Network. Seating will begin at 6:30. Good night, everyone. Be safe, be good, and support your sport.
Nicely done by Danielle Milligan. You see the 4 finalists. Greg Elman doing a great job on the photography, of course. Sponsors and some of our staff out there doing their thing. But wow, what a moment. What an opportunity for those 4 individuals. The patented selfie for Shannon is when she makes the show, takes a selfie with the finalists. It's been what a 3-day stretch it's been, folks. I mean, honestly, all the things that we've had to endure here, the players that have had to endure, it's been awesome. Again, let's recap. Your number 1 seed is Shannon O'Keefe. She will face Kelly Kulick. Good, nice work there, JB. Better be paying attention. Again, O'Keefe, the number 1 seed, she'll take on the 12th seed in Kelly Kulick. Danielle McEwan is the number 2 seed, and she will take on Maria Jose Rodriguez. You saw her do it. Need an 18 count fill. She got 20. She threw a double in the 10th. Want to congratulate all of the players who did advance to the PWBA Tour Championship. Unfortunately, this is the worst part is we can't all watch them compete for a title. Diana Z, for example, was excellent, and I mean excellent, in this event, and she is going to finish 5th here for the 2nd consecutive time. What an unbelievable day. DZ certainly dejected, but she's had a great season. Another title for Diana. Want to be sure to thank or give our congratulations to Liz Culkin, who also, finished 5th. Diana Z, 6th, in regards to some seating and whatnot, but it's hard to fathom and think about what we've actually seen this week. And a lot of it actually had nothing to do with bowling. but it was certainly weather related. And the weather has played a very important role in this week's events. It's certainly time for television. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow at CBS or on CBS Sports Network at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be sure to watch. Be sure to share. If you can't watch it tomorrow, be sure to check things out on your DVR. Do want to thank many, many people. This is the final broadcast of the season on the PWBA Tour, so big thanks to all of our sponsors, Go Bowling, Pepsi, Nationwide, BowlerX.com, and Kulick AMF. I want to thank all of our proprietors. I want to thank all of our proprietors, their staff, the volunteers, mechanics, lane men. Since you guys can't see me. Who else do we need to thank? Everybody, literally, in regards to bowling centers. Proprietors, staff, cooks, all of the above. It was a phenomenal event. Everyone who played their role, played their part, we appreciate it. Big thank you to all involved. I want to say to you, the fans and the viewers, thank you for tuning in each and every week, following us across a couple platforms, of course. A lot of compliments I've received this week, but none of that, it's not shared. It's a shared thing, I should say, amongst the crew and the staff. I just play my part. I try to make it as viewable, as enjoyable as it can for you. Certainly want to thank the United States Bowling Congress, of course, the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. Obviously, without their efforts, PWBA Tour wouldn't be exist in the form that it is now. And, of course, the relaunch tour since 2015. And certainly want to thank our staff here, to Neil Milligan, our Director of Operations, Jason Thomas, our Brand Manager, Greg Moore, who is not officially on the PWBA staff, but he takes care of everything TV-related, builds, and everything. Big thanks to Kathy Kavicki, Kathy Watka, Jason McEwen, Jeff Goodger, everyone who helped us from our digital, social, marketing perspective, Nicole Osborne, Brenda Mason, Brandon Houghton. Big shout out to my people, Aaron Smith, Matt Canizaro, Terry Bigham, everybody back at HQ. If I've forgotten anybody, I apologize. I want to thank all of the brand ambassadors, ball manufacturers, apparel, all of our registered product companies. It literally takes a village, and we appreciate everything you do to make sure the PWBA Tour is off and running. Again, tomorrow, Wednesday night, September 19th, CBS Sports Network, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live broadcast will be right here at the Old Dominion building. Top seed, Shannon O'Keefe. She'll take on Kelly Kulick, number 12 seed. That match is actually last, if I'm not mistaken. So the first one we'll see will be number 2, Danielle McEwan. She'll take on Maria Jose Rodriguez. And the winners, of course, will move on to the finals, and we will crown a 2018 PWBA Tour champion. It's been a blast, folks. I appreciate you tuning in each and every week. And for the final time this season, for Aaron Smith, Shannon O'Keefe, who joined us earlier today. I forgot who joined us early. I'm sorry, but nonetheless, my name is Emil Williams Jr. I'll see you. I don't know the next time I'll see you is on Bowl TV. We've got plenty of events coming up. But from the PWBA perspective, be sure to follow us on social media throughout the offseason. PWBA.com. We've got great content coming up. We got profile videos coming up. We got a ton of things to do still PWBA related to make sure it's at the top of your brain. So again, for all involved, thank you so much. The final time this season, my name is Emil Williams Jr. This has been a presentation of the 2018 PWBA Tour Championship right here from Richmond Raceway. Actually, big thanks to Richmond Raceway, the second consecutive year. There's a lot happened today or this week with weather. They've been on it. We appreciate them. Big thanks to everyone involved in that partnership with Go Bowling. I'll see you folks tomorrow. Tune in. Make sure you got us on Facebook Live. We'll have a Facebook Live prior to the broadcast, 8 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports Network. Until then, have a good night, and we'll see you soon.